not a YouTuber, just like making videos, and I'm gonna try to keep this one short as possible. I'm going to talk about, black people looting. You know what I'm saying? They're already looting in Ferguson and so forth. My thing is, I'm not going to condone looting, and due to recent events, I'm not going to exactly condemn it. You see what I mean? Like, a lot of people say, oh, black people looting again, it's not going to solve answers, it's not going to solve any problems. I'm like dead that, you know what I'm saying? I'm past that at this point, and I have to really sit back and really think about things, and so forth. I'm like, when black people start to run amok, there's always some sort of motive. I'm like, you just never hear black people just like one day just wake up and say, you know what, I'm kind of pissed off that we went through slavery. You know what, I'm gonna listen to TJ Maxx. You see what I mean? Matter of fact, people thought that black people were gonna riot. Literally, the movie Do the Right Thing. They thought factions actually thought black people were gonna riot when they seen that movie and so forth. And the thing is with looting or whatever, I'm like, it's become out of control now. You know what I mean? I'm talking about police behavior. I'm hearing about another person that got killed, by the cops and so forth. And I think about it like it's like I think about, let's say you have a child and he wants attention. He's being mistreated at home, or that he's not getting enough attention from his parents or whatever. And then he may just go out and do stupid stuff. He may just go out and steal. You see what I mean? Now, I'm not justifying looting or whatever, but I had to just, put that analogy out there and so forth, or the science behind it all. A lot of people say, oh, what are you doing? You're going to destroy your community or whatever. There is no black community. I'm tired of people. If you have a community, then you control the economics in your community. You wouldn't have police officers from another community policing you, patrolling you, monitoring you, and so forth. Once I found out the history about Ferguson, or whatever, about how they only have 3 police officers, the police officers live in outside counties, whatever. I'm like, gosh damn. And I've said this before, the police is the ultimate bastion of white supremacy. It's like in New York. In New York, they say only 40%. East New York, only New York City or whatever, northern boroughs, only 40% of the people are white now. You know what I'm saying? But over 70% of NYPD are white. You know what I'm saying? It don't coincide with their population. Only with black people, where you have a community like Ferguson that's 70% black, but a police force that's over 90% white. It makes no sense. Could you imagine a little white rinky-dink town which the majority of their police officers, their authority figures are black? It makes no sense. I'm like, and then when you think of what blacks go through, having to sit in front of a white jury, even if they commit an offense in a predominantly black city. I'm like, it's almost like they're just pushing us to the edge. And I look at this concept of looting, and whatever. And I think about a lot of people say, oh, the businesses and this and that. First of all, kill that. First of all, there's a thing called insurance. These people, they're insured. Yeah, I understand that their lives may be at risk and whatever, and their insurance will go up or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm saying that if someone is wanting to defend their business, they have every right to defend their business with deadly force. But still, I was talking to this about a friend. It wouldn't surprise me that somebody set their own store up to be looted for insurance claims. You see what I mean? I'm like, first of all, that's this may sound crazy, but you notice how every time that there's rioting and there's mayhem and melee in the streets, you know what I'm saying, these businesses always bounce back very quickly. Yeah, no. Why? Because the concept of insurance. I'm like, we know that people damage their own property or set their own cars up to be stolen all the time to make bogus claims. People set their own houses on fire. You know, pastors set their own churches on fire. People set their own businesses on fire. It's like in New Jersey was the car stealing capital. But when people exposed that a lot of people were setting up, they wanted their cars to be stolen or so forth. Matter of fact, I had a friend not too long ago set his car on fire. You know what I'm saying, for insurance claims. You know, and so forth. I'm just saying it may be in the realm of possibility. You know, I'm like, a lot of businesses go under. They go belly up. You know, and looting, and like, it's like, okay, it's right on time now. You see what I mean? And let's say you have a business, you know what I'm saying? You own the video game store, you know, and so forth. You know, when the looters come, when the marauders come, they're not going to take everything. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take some stuff and keep moving. You can put down on claim that more stuff has got stolen than it actually has. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that money back. You know, and then the merchandise that you claim was stolen, you can set that up in your garage. You can sell it on the street. You know what I mean? Or if you're gonna go under anyway, because a lot of business owners, you know what I'm saying, when they fall, they end up in debt. You know what I mean? You can be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Looters. Oh, I'm seriously. Yeah, I'm guarantee you a lot of stores that didn't even get looted, the dude is going to just take all that merchandise because, you know, this is how businesses run. Sometimes business owners will buy a bunch of stuff wholesale and make a profit. Or some businesses is just places where these companies or whatever can store their merchandise. If it's not sold, the business owner will just send it back to the company and say, hey, this is not selling and so forth. You see what I mean? So yeah, and if somebody don't have insurance or whatever, that's their own fucking fault. You know what I mean? Maybe next time that they will learn. You know what I mean? Just like I said, I'm not going to get up here on YouTube and tell black people, oh, calm down, don't riot. It's like, if you know what I'm saying, if people don't give a fuck, then why give a fuck about anything else? Why pay for shit? You're like, okay, man, this system, it's a complete breakdown. They don't give a fuck, then I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's like a kid living in a dysfunctional home. His parents don't give a fuck about him, and he's like, hey man, I'm not going to clean up my room. I'm going to steal some money out my dad's wallet and go buy some beers with us and some shit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go and come home for dinner on time. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about this or whatever. So therefore, I'm like, people are going to get over. Am I justified in looting? No, but I understand, you know what I'm saying? Because really, I guess it's a way that blacks can let off their frustration and aggression, even though it may seem arbitrary or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just grabbing items. But look at the stores that they're looting. I'm like, they say they looted a beauty shop for weave. That's funny, people are going to be walking around with Michael Brown weave. But a Korean store, I'm like, come on, I'm like, you want me to feel bad for a Korean shop, you know what I'm saying, as much as they've been getting over on black people, or some of these stores owned by Jews, you know what I'm saying, that's been getting over on the so-called black community, because technically there is no black community, you know what I'm saying, getting over on black people for years. They looted a sneaker outlet or whatever, a place that shows sneakers, you know what I'm saying, and we know that these tennis shoes are being made by some 14-year-old kid at gunpoint by some fucking sweatshop for fucking 12 cents, and they're selling that same goddamn shoe for $300. Come on now, man, get the fuck out of here or whatever, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, white people should be lucky that we're looting our own neighborhoods. The only thing I say is that, you know, maybe we should go over to their neighborhoods or whatever, their cities, and loot, you know what I mean? And the fact that these police officers aren't protecting these businesses, the business owners should be like, man, fuck it, you know what I mean? They're like, damn, man, these cops ain't doing shit, you know what I mean? So I can understand why people are looting or whatever. Like, these cops aren't about anything, you know what I'm saying, so for a lack of a better term. Um, that's how I'm going to look at it, because I'm past the point of, hey, black people calm down, or what. I'm like, no, no. And you know what I'm saying? And as I said, black people never just riot off a hair trigger. Some incidents will have to happen. You know, and we already know that there ain't going to be no justice in this case. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be Dionne Warwick and part of the psychic network to know. You know what I mean? I'm like, just like they have. I'm surprised black people didn't loot over Alfred Wright. There's been a couple incidents that deserved a good looting, you know, and it didn't happen, you know, and so forth. And then, you know, I'm watching these videos and white people are talking all kind of smack, talking about you never see white people loot and so forth. First of all, white people riot in Europe all the time. There's riots in Europe. White people have a whole lot of influence. And another thing, white people control the economics in their neighborhood. Their police officers look like them. If black cops were gunning down little freckle-faced white boys, and we've seen them getting off the hook, yeah, white people will be a little, they'll be a little angry, they'll be a little flustered by this. You know, if a white person commits a crime and has to sit in front of a goddamn all-black jury, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They might want to sit up there and riot, you know what I'm saying, a Chipotle, you know what I'm saying, or Cordoba's, or a TJ Maxx, or an AJ Wright, or whatever. So yeah, so it's different circumstances or whatever, you know. And a lot of countries, third world countries or whatever, you know, when they face injustice, man, they pick up machine guns, like the Palestinians. You know what I mean? They strap up bombs and go where the Jews at and blow shit up. So whites, you know what I'm saying, in my mind, they're lucky, you know what I'm saying? They can sit back and relax, read their fucking newspaper, read their fucking Marmaduke comics or whatever, and they know that black people are only looting our neighborhood or whatever, which we can control our economics. A lot of the businesses aren't owned by black people anyway. They're owned by Koreans, they're owned by Jews, whatever, and the shit's already insured or whatever. And as I said, now a person does have a right to defend their business with deadly force, you know what I'm saying? But still, you know what I'm saying, we have to understand what's going on here. And, you know what I'm saying, and it may be past the point of compromise. You know, and as they say, that when people don't have the money or the clout to fight their adversaries at the negotiating table, they take their negotiations to the street. Thanks for watching, and solid forth.